The root institution, as we know as the RCMP, started May 1873 as the Parliament of Canada established a central police force and sent 150 recruits west to Manitoba. The new police force gradually acquired the name Northwest Mounted Police. By 1885, the force had grown to 1,000 men, but in 1896, its future was threatened by newly elected Prime Minister Sir Wilfrid Laurier, who wanted to reduce and eventually disband the NWMP. However, support from the force in the West prevailed and gained the new province policing the Klondike Gold Rush. In 1904, King Edward VII conferred the title of Royal upon the Northwestern Mounted Police. The legacy: in 1919, Parliament voted to merge the force with Dominion Police, a federal police force with jurisdiction in eastern Canada. When the legislation took effect in February 1st, 1920, the force name became Royal Canadian Mounted Police, and headquarters was moved to Ottawa from Regina. From 1932 to 1938, the RCMP took over provincial policing in Alberta, Manitoba, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, PEI, nearly doubling in size to 2,350 members. The years following World War II saw continued expansion of the RCMP roles as provincial force. In 1950, it assumed responsibility for provincial policing in Newfoundland and absorbed the British Columbia Provincial Police. Women were first accepted as uniformed members in 1974. The 70s also brought the expansion of responsibilities in areas such as airport policing, VIP security, and drug enforcement. In 1989, the RCMP participated in the first United Nations mission, sending 100 police officers to Namibia to monitor national elections. Today, the RCMP's scope of operations includes organized crime, terrorism, drugs, economic crimes, and offenses that threaten the integrity of Canadians' national border. The RCMP also protects VIPs, has jurisdiction in 8 provinces and 3 territories, and thought is National Police Services, offers resources to other Canadian law enforcement agencies.
The RCMP has a commitment to their employees, and they said, in the spirit of shared leadership and recognizing all employees are their greatest asset, they commit to open, honest, and bilateral communication, demonstrating leadership through accountability and responsibility at all levels, treating all employees with equal respect and consideration, effective and efficient management of human resources through consultation, teamwork, and empowerment at all levels, and lastly, ensuring a safe and harassment-free work environment.
The RCMP class actions allege that female regular members, civilian members, and public service employees were subject to systemic discrimination, harassment, and bullying on the basis of gender or sexual orientation, and that the RCMP failed to protect the woman from the treatment. Linda Gillis Davison launched the class action on Ontario on behalf of all regular members, civilian members, and public service employees. Jeanette Mello launched the action in British Columbia, making similar allegations.
Poorly understood by managers and ERs. This video wants to demonstrate the importance of diversity initiatives and just and safe workplaces. The video strongly suggests that management should review its policies and practice in the term of discrimination and harassment at once, because due hardship comes at a big expense. For example, after the allegations were made public, it went to the courts where RCMP responded to the class actions against them with a settlement. The settlement is an estimated $100 million for more than 30 years of abuse to those affected. The Canadian public were outraged, and the once respected RCMP name was tarnished. In addition to this public explosion to the RCMP, a lot of the hierarchy staff sergeants and officers who took part in this harassment lost their jobs.
So as HR professionals, we must use this case to promote and take away what discrimination is in its direct versus indirect ways. Be aware and implement programs which treat and manage stress from nervousness, chronic worry, depression, and burnout. We as HR professionals must be concerned at all times about our working relationships at work and must implement these programs to discourage a poisoned workplace. We must always take into account about how our EEs feel about expressing their views. The RCMP must implement a more accessible and innovative way to have an open door policy that encourages these EEs to come to higher management with their concerns. There must also be a demand that managers have skills in counseling and disciplining. Thank you.